Hi, what causes in a woman a kuruta? Ebu belly guamo billion. What Japan to many pilotimo? Well, it's sabini guamo billion. Kulio, bilio, Chukoki Kabiama. Borona nyaga. Kulio, bilio, Chukoki Kabiama. Borona nyaga. Kulio, bilisiano, Chukoki Kabiama. Pusiere na nyaga. Kulio, biliano, Chukoki Kabiama. Pusiere na nyaga. Maximum respect to my own diluted leader, Prophet Nnamdi Kanu. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You ain't kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You ain't kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You ain't kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. They came from Sahel, they came from Chad, they came from Niger, Senegal and Mali, claiming our land, killing our people because of our blessings. My God, go to the bushes now, they're everywhere. Kidnapping and killing people every day. Raping and killing our women and men, slaughtering them in their family. Hey God, kidnapping and killing Christians night and day, and nobody they talk. Chimo, dividing and ruling we anyhow, as if you are not human being. My God, abducting and killing Biafran every day, and the whole world to watch, the whole world to see. Uleo, Uleo, Chukoki Kabiama. Uleo, Chukoki Kabiama. Corona Nyaga. What was it in the woman of the they will really come out, Uleo. But you're about to make a pilotimo. But it's happening for you. Uleo, Chukoki Kabiama. They splitted us just to kill us. They rape our papa, they rape our mama. He go do me, we are one. He shone and bank, we are one people. The robo is so cold, we are one. He's on security, we are one people. Over the Calabari, we are one. Calabar and Debo, we are one. He go do me, we are one. He's on and bank, we are one people. Urobo is so cold, we are one. He's on security, we are one people. Over the Calabari, we are one. Calabar and Debo, we are one people. They splitted us just to kill us. They rape our papa, they rape our mama, they rape our wives, they rape our girls, they rape our sisters, raping even our children, raping their car with the concealer to women with the top and they die. Small, small, small. Chukoki Kabiama. Chukoki Kabiama. Corona Nyaga. Chukoki Kabiama. Corona Nyaga. Chukoki Kabiama. Corona Nyaga. Go to the one nation. Wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, your foundation. Wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, go to the one nation. Wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, your foundation. Wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, Massimo, Durani Lavasien, Mahamadike, Durani Lavasien. I want to worship in the golden altar. You said you are going to build in Aratuku. We are all in Biafran, together to worship Him, the Elohim. We are all in Biafran, together to worship Him in one accord. We are all in Biafran, together to worship the Elohim.
must proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who said it in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, nna nke bi n'eluigwe, ka aha gị dị nsọ, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee. All over this very planet that you created, they are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation, as only you ordained. That this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans. Thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast today. I appreciate everybody who has connected to this broadcast. Wherever you are joining me from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you. If you are joining from Biafra land, you are joining from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, whichever part of the world you are joining me from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. I'm so sorry for I have joined the very broadcast very late. I came late than I was supposed to have, almost 1 hour late. I am so sorry about that, and I thank God that we've been able to anchor in, and we must do the needful, do what we are supposed to do to sensitize our fellow Biafrans. That is what we have signed up to do, to sensitize Biafran people and continue to give Biafrans update and encourage ourselves on how to move forward and continue to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. And I thank you, Kukama, that we're here today. I appreciate everybody who is there on the comment section. I appreciate everybody who has been writing. I appreciate Ibanda. I appreciate Ibanda. Thank you so much for joining. Mata Olu, thank you so much for joining. Mata Joso, thank you so much for joining. And every other person who have joined here who have not mentioned. Everybody that have joined. Mwokike, thank you so much for joining. Mwokike, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Everybody that have connected to this very platform today, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you, protect you, secure you, and give you more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and patience to continue to hang on until we get into Biafra land. As we are moving into Biafra land, we are moving with a great speed, and nothing can stop us. Please, as you have joined this platform, I beg you, in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama, kindly click like. As you join, you like the video and like the broadcast and share it. Like the broadcast and share. When you like and you share, you are playing a very important role that is very important to all the medias. When you join any media platform, any of our media platform, any of the autopilot media platform, please click like and share. click like and share. When you click like and share, you are helping us to make sure that our information go far. You know, we are fighting a hell of a battle. In social media, they don't allow the Biafran message to go far. We are facing attack, even from inside and outside. So the only way we can be able to overcome that attack is when you help us to click like and share. It will help our messages to go far away. It will make people to get notice of our broadcast, and they will key in and get the information. Remember, in this time that we're in, you don't have to be economical with any information. Every information is important. That is why when you hear something, you got to spread it out. When you hear information, you pass it out for the next person to see. You pass it out, don't keep it yourself. Every information is very important. You don't keep it yourself. We must continue to speak out. We must continue to pass information and share it to go wide and reach everybody. I appreciate you. Today, we have come once again to talk about our struggle and the stage that we're in. Every one of you now can see, if you're on social media, you are watching and paying attention, you can see that our enemies are panicking. As we have 101 days to go into Biafra land, I tell you, they are panicking. Seriously. The panic have gone to the extent that some of them that can no longer control themselves. Some of them have lost it. They have graduated to something unimaginable. But I tell you, when you begin to look at the things that are happening, and the kind of things we are hearing from this book, you begin to believe that truly, truly, Biafra will come. You see, when our spokesperson, Master Simon Epa, said that before the ending of November, people who never believed in Biafra will believe. Some people doubted it, but every now and again, when you begin to watch things that are unfolding, you begin to believe everything that Master Simon Epa have said. Those who never believed in the past, they are coming on board. They are beginning to believe. More revelations are coming. More revelations are coming. Even the enemies of Biafra can no longer control themselves. They can no longer pretend. They are exposing themselves. They are taking charge of the exposition. They are exposing themselves on a daily basis on different platforms. When you go to their platform, you see what they are doing. They are shouting and crying. Shouting and crying. They don't know the kind of a man who is this. And when we told them that Biafra is a spirit, they never believed it, even though they confessed it. They confessed that Biafra is a spirit, yet they never believed that Biafra is a spirit. Because if you believe that Biafra is a spirit, you don't have to fight the spirit of Biafra when it operates from any angle it's operating from. Whichever angle the spirit chooses to operate from, you don't have to fight it. You don't have to. If you believe deep down in your heart that Biafra is a spirit, you don't have to cage it and believe it and begin to expect that it must be from here, it must be from here. If not from here, nothing can happen. You have to open your heart, watch closely what is happening, and watch who is doing the right thing. Do not follow somebody because it is your brother. Do not listen to somebody because it's your sister. Do not listen because it's your friend. Do not listen to somebody because they are paying your house rent or they are giving you one thing or the other. You must pay attention to people because they are doing the right thing they are supposed to do. Check people's record. Find out how consistent they have been in the past. Make investigation. For every information you hear, verify. Verify. That is the difference between us and those Department of Saboteurs. That's a difference. We are not into propaganda. We don't push propaganda. We speak the truth and nothing but the truth. And our spokesperson, Master Samuel Ekpa, whom we are following, our spokesperson, Master Samuel Ekpa, who is building on the foundation of Master Nnamdi Kanu, speaking to us and we are following him. He doesn't push propaganda. Every single information he brings out, he's going to piece it for you to understand. No matter how dumb you are, if you pay attention, no matter how dumb you are, if you pay attention to the message of our spokesperson, Master Samuel, you will never ever remain the same. And you will never ever be confused. You will never be confused. If you pay attention to the messages of our brother, Master Samuel, you pay attention to the broadcast, you can never ever remain the same. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter the attack that comes. It doesn't matter who says what. It doesn't matter what. You will never ever remain the same. Because he is speaking the truth. The same way our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu was. Nnamdi Kanu was not about propaganda. Every single thing Nnamdi Kanu have been speaking from 2011 up to date, they are all facts, verifiable facts. Verifiable facts. That is why no law court can jail Nnamdi Kanu. Even while he was in the UK preaching that gospel, there was never a day that we had that the UK police invited him. We never had one day that Nnamdi Kanu was arrested because he was sending out the right message. If Nnamdi Kanu was preaching propaganda, do you think that Nnamdi Kanu will be in the UK, be broadcasting for more than a decade? Do you think that Nnamdi Kanu will be broadcasting in the UK for more than a decade without being arrested, without being invited by the police? Every one of us know that the United Kingdom have one of the best police you can think about. Even if you think that Nnamdi Kanu was a propaganda, didn't you see the other man who was pushing the propaganda? Didn't you hear about Adeyinka? Adeyinka grandson who was pushing wrong information, propaganda, blackmail, hatred against the Igbo Biafrans. Didn't you see what happened to him? How long did he last? How many years did he preach his gospel? How many years? And he was arrested. Today he's in jail. That alone should tell you that Nnamdi Kanu message is sound and verifiable. Because as you are preaching, as I'm talking here, people are watching, the whole world is watching, and some people are making investigation and verification, whatever we say. Every single word we speak, they make verification. That is why you must have to be careful what you say and make sure you are speaking the right thing. And you see why they are not taking the Department of Sabotage serious. The reason why nobody is taking the Department of Sabotage serious is because they don't know what they're saying. They don't have fact in what they're saying. You can say Master Simon Ekpa. If Master Simon Ekpa says anything against the Janjaweed, they take it serious. They respond. Whenever they want to write anything about Biafra in their papers, you will see Master Simon Ekpa there, Master Nnamdi Kanu, and Dim Odumegwu. When they are using picture, go and check. Anytime they are making a report about the Biafra issue, you will see Dim Odumegwu picture. You will see Master Nnamdi Kanu, and you will see Simon Ekpa. And yet, some people who claim to know it all, who claim to be there for donkey years, nobody seems to take them serious because they don't know what they are doing. They are pushing propaganda, blackmail, and lies against themselves. Lies against themselves. Each time they push those lies and blackmail against Master Simon, they thought it was against Master Simon, but they don't know they are damaging their own image. You peddle lies against Master Simon, thinking you're going to bring him down, you want to damage him, you are damaging yourself. You are damaging yourself. That is how the criminal lawyer destroyed himself. The criminal lawyer, when he rose up against the legitimate autopiloted group, the original IPOB formed by Master Nnamdi Kanu, after Master Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, that IPOB became autopiloted by Chukwu Okeke Abiama, and Chukwu Okeke Abiama himself began to separate the wheat from the chaff. And when he started that, you saw some people who could not be able to key in, who were talking about Biafra being a spirit. They couldn't even see the spirit when the spirit of Chukwu Okeke Abiama was working. When Chukwu Okeke Abiama took charge and the spirit of Biafra was there, they never noticed. They were busy peddling their lies. And look at how their lies have destroyed them. How can you take somebody serious when you are lying? That is why you see the person, the one that is presenting himself as the lead counsel before, the former lead counsel of Master Nnamdi Kanu, Ifeanyi Ejiofor. That is why they never take him serious. That is why the government of Nigeria never take him serious, because he was all about lies. They know him very well. They know that he is corrupt. They know him and his lies. They know that he was never serious. They know that he was never a serious person in any way. And that was why, after they have taken him and they put him in their armpits, they continue to do anything they want to do. They don't care anymore. That is why they can fix the court of Master Nnamdi Kanu anytime and anywhere they like. That is why they can begin to chase Biafrans away from the court at their own will. That is why they can begin to manipulate the Biafrans. When you come to court, they will molest you in the court, and nobody is going to speak for you. That is why in the same court, lawyers will be prevented from entering the court. That is why the government will choose when to bring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to court and when not to bring him. That is why the DSS will stop him from seeing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and allow him what they want to like, because they know that he's not serious. Because they have seen him that he's fraudulent. And all this while, the dragon has been following up, watching and seeing if he can be able to change. He has been called upon several times, warned several times to retrace his step. He has been warned several times. That is when I see people who are saying that the dragon, why is he keeping quiet? The dragon has never ever been quiet. He has been warning him from the onset. He has been warning him. Remember the issue, the very first time when we begin to know the true situation of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was through the dragon. It was when the dragon saw. They will tell you that you're not on the ground. You're not on the ground. We're on the ground. We are the one who sees everything. We're on the ground. We're seeing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Even those who were on the ground could not be able to detect. They could not be able to know the condition of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It was somebody who was far away in Finland, who watched Mazen Nnamdi Kanu come to court the first time, his second time, and he said, why do you have to allow Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to be wearing one cloth into the court? Even if it is him that chose to wear that cloth, buy multiple of that cloth and give to him. Let us find out why he's wearing that cloth. He is the leader of more than 70 million people. Why must he be wearing one cloth and appear to court? It's an insult to us. It was only then and then we knew that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was not allowed to change his clothes. And they went again. Every time they will come and tell us, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in a good spirit. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in a good spirit. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is calming people down. And Mazen Simon Ekpa told him, you should stop telling us how good Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is, because nobody in the hand of the enemy will be good. Nobody. No sensible person will say that somebody who is in the hand of the enemy is good. No matter how good your enemy is to you. No matter how good your enemy pretend to be to you, you can never be in your hand of the enemy and you'll be okay. As long as you know you are the enemy territory, even if they put you in their best place, you put you in their palace, you are in the territory of the enemy, you can never ever be okay. Mazen Simon Ekpa said, stop telling us how good Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is. It was only then and then he changed his language. When he saw that Mazen Simon Ekpa had busted in, he changed his language. And he began to tell us, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has not been allowed to have access to his eyeglasses. He has not been allowed access to doctor. They have taken blood from him several times and tested without any result. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not sleeping well. They are not giving him food. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is under solitary confinement. All this revelation came because a question was asked. And who asked that question? It was the dragon. Who pulled the trigger? It was only then and then people began to see the real picture of the situation of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And Biafrans rose up and they stood their ground on sitting at home. And then people who his paymasters again told him, don't allow them to go further. They cautioned him, you know, we have your black book. You know, we can arrest you. You know, we can do this to you. And then he began to tell us to calm down. Calm down, is going to be fine. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out in the next court. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out tomorrow or next tomorrow. And I have always said, the dragon have always said, that it is we that release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Just as our Ambozina brother asked, why do you have faith in the court of the enemy? Why? Why do you have faith in the court of your enemy? Your enemy that you know that wants you dead. Your enemy that you know that is looking for an opportunity to destroy you. Why do you all of a sudden develop faith in the court of the enemy? Why? Why? The worst thing is that you know very well that in this zoological republic, they do not respect the rule of law. There is no rule of law anywhere. They do not respect. In several occasions, people have been released, people have been granted bail, and they hold them. You know the case of Ezesagi. El Zazzaki was granted bail several times. They continued to hold him. Even when he was allowed to go and treat himself in India, they still followed him up there. Several other political prisoners who the courts have freed has never ever been released. They continue to hold them. And all of a sudden, you wake up and you think that things will change in your hand. Even when you know that the tyrant is still there. The late Muhammad Buhari template is still being played. The terrorist in Asorok is still there. And you are saying, having faith in the court of your enemy. How can you? Why are you having faith in the court of your enemy? How do you think that your enemy can give you a good name? On what planet? And when we were asking that question, asking again and again and again, some of them we are still pretending. But today, it has become the only thing I love about that why I say that even in my next world, I will still be a Biafran. If there is a next world to come after we leave this one, the next world I'm going to come, I will still come back as a Biafran. Not just as a Biafran, as an Igbo Biafran. I will still come back as an Igbo Biafran. In my next world, I will come back as an Igbo Biafran. I have no regret being an Igbo Biafran. I have no regret whatsoever being an Igbo Biafran. It doesn't matter any kind of thing you can talk about the Igbo Biafran. It doesn't matter your talk you can talk. It doesn't matter any kind of blackmail or propaganda you can push about them. It doesn't matter the weaknesses of the Igbo people. I will still be an Igbo Biafran. In my next world, I can't deny them. I'm very proud to be an Igbo Biafran. Some people say they are ashamed. It's up to you if you are ashamed. That is your own business. If you are ashamed of being an Igbo Biafran, it is your own personal business. And I tell you that is ashamed of being an Igbo Biafran, there must be some evil in you that is making you to be ashamed. You are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. That's why sometimes when I see people begin to say they are ashamed of being an Igbo Biafran, they are this one. Let me tell you, there is no place you don't have saboteurs. There is no place you don't have Judas. There's no place you don't see Thomas. They are everywhere. In all tribes, in all nationalities, they are there. And I want to tell you, in this struggle that we are today, in this struggle too, we know very well the saboteurs, the major saboteurs we are seeing, and the major obstacle we are seeing are the people from the Igbo extraction. There's no doubt about that, but that doesn't make them evil. In the same vein, you are seeing them stopping. It's still the same people who are holding the struggle, the people who are making the struggle make wave, is still the Igbo Biafrans. It is still because of that same Igbo Biafran. That is why you are hearing about Biafra. That is why you still have confidence of having your future. So what are you saying? We know. And the reason why it is like that is because they have the greatest population. When it comes to Biafra, their population is high. They are the majority. When it comes to the struggle, they are the majority. There's no doubt about it. There's no guesswork about it. They are the ones sponsoring that we're making wave. I'm not saying other playing role. Our brothers, other ones are playing their role. They are doing what they have to do. But it is how God have made it that naturally the Igbo Biafrans are much populated than any other one. So you have to feel their presence more than any other person. As you are feeling their presence more than you will feel their presence in sabotage. You will feel their presence in sponsorship. You will feel their presence in gossip. You will feel their presence in blackmail. Everywhere you feel their presence because they are the biggest population. It doesn't mean that other people are not sabotaging. I can tell you, there are some other people who are doing much more sabotage that you find among the Igbo people. But yet, the Igbos have the greater population. When you blame them, I don't blame you for blaming them. But for you to want me to say I'm ashamed to be an Igbo person because we have some saboteurs and some criminals, I can't be that. I want to come back as a Biafran in my next world, if there is any next world to see. And as an Igbo Biafran, very, very proud one at that. I owe nobody any apology. But for those who have sold themselves to the devil, we know they will even in heaven where Chukwuka is. In heaven, we heard there was war in heaven. Satan rebelled in heaven. In heaven, where the Almighty God is, Satan rebelled. Satan formed a rebel, and he gathered some people around him. He gathered some fallen angels. He gathered some of the angels. They rebelled against God. In heaven, talk less of this useless world. Talk less of this useless world. For Christians, even when Christ was on earth, out of 12, only 12 people he chose. Within that 12, there was a Thomas. There was a Judas. There was a Thomas. There was a Judas. And even the closest person to him denied him. Peter denied him 3 good times. Even though he later repented, he denied him. So I don't see why you see certain things that are happening today as something you have not seen before. You must have to be focused. Focus. Do not allow these charlatans to deceive you or to push you from one corner to the other. Go to their plan. They don't have any work to do again. What they have resorted to, they have gone back to the thing they are known for, blackmail. Blackmail that they are known for. That is what they're gone back to. That is why the one that who call and say you find a job will come and tell you that someone ever want to buy a sheep. He saw a tweet. He could not even verify. Someone ever have a verified Twitter account. And he knows that Firemaker has a verified Twitter account because he's following him. He knows very well. He saw a tweet. He didn't verify. He began to accuse someone ever that he says he's going to buy a sheep. A word that he never said anywhere. He has never made such a statement. And even if he decides to buy a sheep, does he have to come and take permission from you? Will he come and take a permission for you? A saboteur like you. You want him to take a permission for you to bring a sheep. Ordinary transmitter that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was bringing to Biafran land. Ordinary transmitter. To bring transmitter to the zoo. They use that transmitter to blackmail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Ordinary transmitter. They used it to blackmail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, call him a number of name, call him 419, say he has eaten money, he has done this. Ordinary transmitter that they were bringing into the country to transmit information to Biafran people. They blackmail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, all manner of names. There's no kind of name they didn't call him. And even after all those name calling, that transmitter was still discovered. It was still, and it is still the same people who were planning the blackmail and blackmail. They were still the same people who went and told the zoo that the transmitter is coming. They still went and were the one that sold it. That is how evil human beings are. You said that if someone wants to buy a ship, so he will come and inform you and give you the date that ship will arrive, so that you can go and block it. If someone want to buy any arm I'm sent to Nigeria, he will come and inform you. Mad people everywhere. You see them pushing their propaganda and blackmail, seeking for things that are not existing. There's a tweet I saw a tweet that they are circulating. A tweet, a edited tweet. They went and photoshopped a tweet and they wrote it and said, Master Samuel wrote. Wrote what? Master Samuel don't have time for that. Begin to write a lot of things, a lot of trash against Master Nnamdi Kanu's wife. They wrote so many trash against Master Nnamdi Kanu's wife. After writing, they put the picture of Master Samuel and his tweet. They say Master Samuel tweeted. This is the one they have resorted now. After abusing the wife of Master Nnamdi Kanu, and then they write Samuel Ekpa. Of course, they are doing that to fools. Some fools are still following it and they're sharing it. Some fools are sharing it. Some fools are sharing it. You saw a tweet. Master Samuel Ekpa have a verified Twitter account. Go and every of us are in his Twitter account. All you got to do is just go there and scroll down and see if you can find such a thing there. And if you don't see it, you walk away. Why do you have to share it? You share it because you are dumb and wicked. But let me tell you, for every propaganda you push, you are killing yourself. I saw one of the on Twitter. I saw where Koiki tweeted. Where Koiki tweeted, one of the person that is supporting the Department of Sabotage, the person, I tell there are still some people who have conscience, and I'm praying for them that they should fall in before it is time. Master Samuel Ekpa said it. Master Samuel Ekpa said that before the end of November, even if you don't believe, you believe, and a lot of things will happen to make you believe. In that Twitter, it was somebody that he supported, one of their supporters. He wrote in that tweet, he said, even if I hate someone else, I don't obey him, I don't love him, but this one is too much. These are some of them that still have conscience in them. Koiki shared the tweet. Koiki shared it where somebody tweeted and said that this one is too much. Because the person know that this is not Simon Ekpa, this is just a Photoshop. So how can you go to the FR How can you go this far? In order to hurt a man, you begin to destroy the wife of man, and talking about some things that doesn't have meaning, just to make sure you make somebody bad. You go to extent of maligning people's character and other, abusing people and other. Their own person said that this one is too much. Somebody who is following the department of Sabotage, he saw that one, he said, this one passed me. I know there for this one. They are panicking. They have gone gaga. Their panic, they have increased to a different level. The panic of the department of Sabotage, it have increased to a different level. And at this point, they can do anything doable. And why are they so panicking? Why are they panicking? Because they know that Biafra is coming. Some of them have already killed themselves. They have already destroyed themselves by themselves. No, the autopilot group didn't do anything to them. Master Samuel didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. Some of them have committed suicide by themselves. And they are worried. They are looking for people to drag along with them. They are looking for people to drag along with them as they are walking into their grave gradually. They are looking for people to drag along. And some ignorant people will walk into it, and if you lose your guard, they will drag you into their grave as they're going. Every single one of them have said, over their dead body will Biafra come. They are heading to their grave. Including the one that said, instead of Master Samuel to bring Biafra, we'll scatter everything. Let the Biafra go. Today, he knows very well that he cannot scatter Biafra. You saw that idiot in South Africa. The day he was making a broadcast, there was a broadcast he made where he said, we will scatter, instead of someone to bring Biafra, we scatter everything. We scatter it. This is somebody who tells you that he's fighting for Biafra, fighting for freedom. And today, go and see his madness today. He has become so insane that he can't control himself again. He has become so insane, he can't control it. He has shouted and cried. He said, I don't know where this Simon Ekpa is coming from. I don't know which kind of a man is this. You hold him here, he go here. You hold him there, he go here. You hold him there. You don't know where to follow him. You pass here, he pass here. I don't know the kind of man he is. How can you know the kind of a man he is? You can't. How can you know the kind of a man he is? So all this while you have been saying that Biafra is a spirit, you think you were just saying it in your mouth. And Master Simon Ekpa have said it by himself. You don't know me. Master Simon Ekpa have repeated it a time and a time. Master Simon Ekpa have said it several times on his broadcast. You don't know me. It's only what I show you that you will see. You don't know me. You don't know me from Adam, and you will never know. Only the page I open for you, you will know. And when he says it, they will call it a joke. They will call it noise making. But as the day goes by, you begin to see that they don't know him. And they confess by themselves. Today, they are confessing. What kind of a man is this? What kind of a man is it that you use 500 years to pursue him, yet he is standing gribam, unshaken? What kind of a man is he with all the propaganda and blackmail? Still, he's waxing strong. What kind of a man is this? Still, with all the attack, you go to his platform every day, you see thousands of people following. You go everywhere, it is his name. When you were doing your evil, you thought you were going to stop him. You thought it was against you. You were doing yourself. You were destroying yourself. For every hand you raise against Master Simon Ekpa, it was pointed at you. Biafrans, we are watching closely. Biafrans, we are watching. Until you've gotten to the stage where you destroy yourself finally. While you are preparing to march into your grave, we are going into Biafra land. In 101 days, we are walking into Biafra. And you can't stop it. You can't stop it. Neither can you distract us. All this, your recent blackmail is just a waste of time because we have crossed that stage. That is one thing they don't know. Because they have lacked knowledge. They don't know where to hang on to again. They don't know what to do again. You spend your time fighting your own brother. Meanwhile, you have the janjaweed. You have the janjaweed. You have seen that the herdsmen have renewed the attack. You see the way our people are being mowed down in Enugu today. You see how they have stepped up attack. Recently, it is happening in Lagos. And our Oduduwa brothers had to wake up and face the challenge. It is happening in Lagos. There was a video I saw where somebody was making in Lagos. Go. In Lagos, a guy that was making his own video, the guy narrowly escaped. I forgot to upload that video. I would have played the video so that you can see it. I didn't upload it. I would have uploaded that video so that I can play it for all of you to see. You see how people are being manipulated. The recent one, somebody in Lagos, go. The guy was caught. If not for the fact that he protected himself, he armed himself very well, he protected himself. He was saying, if you see, he was bleeding his nose. They caught him, they stabbed him, tried to stab him, the knife could not enter. They held him, they want to cut his neck off. They want to try to cut his neck. The knife could not cut his neck. Their leader told him to put his head on the ground and match his head. They would match his head, he would die. And when they put him on the ground, they match it. You see his nose bleeding everywhere. He's having internal bleeding. His nose all scattered with the boot they were using to match him. And luckily for him, he survived. These are what are happening in Biafra land. This is how this was happening in the zoo. That everybody is supposed to be up and doing to fight this evil and take it away. It doesn't concern you. You think it's not necessary. You are busy gossiping. You are busy fighting your own brother. You are busy pushing propaganda against your brother. You are busy talking about election. Election that you and I know that we don't hold. Election that you and I know very well that you cannot hold. Even governors have said it. Governors have confessed it that it's not going to hold. The chief secretary of the state have said it. It cannot hold. It will not hold. And they are telling you about rerun and all manner of propaganda they are bringing. But we don't care. We are focused on where we are going. We are going into Biafra land. That is the only thing that matters to us. Whatever they are saying and whatever they are talking, it doesn't really bother us. We are focused. And we are lucky that Chukwu Okigama gave us somebody who is very focused at the right time. Somebody who has mental toughness, extraordinary mental toughness. It doesn't care what you're saying or what you want. Your blackmail cannot catch him. If Master Simon Eka was to be like the lily-livered people, those Department of Sabotage that were sacked. If Simon Eka was like those Department of Sabotage that were sacked, we will not be where we are today. They will tell you, don't protest. If you protest, they will call you terrorist. Don't do this. If you do this, they will call you terrorist. Don't do that. If you do that, they will tell you terrorist. Every single thing that Master Simon Eka has told us been doing, and we have been going and following. At the end of the day, it was those things, those civil disobedience, they were what gave birth to where we are today. They are what gave birth to the strength that the legal team has today. They are what gave birth to the victory that Biafran people have today. And if we have folded our hand and say, let us end the ESN, forget about the Umar and all whatnot, and begin to fight, chase shadows, what do you think will be our fate today? What do you think will be our fate? But today, for only the knowledge, for Fulani to have the knowledge that the ESN are still around alone, for them to have the knowledge that the ESN are still around, it will keep them at a distance. It will keep them far away from Biafra land. Only having that knowledge alone, not just confrontation, only having the knowledge that ESN are still intact, having that knowledge alone will keep them at a distance. They will know that we are not a pushover. You can't just come Biafra and run over. But just imagine if after they kidnapped us in Nnamdi Kanu, they succeeded in destroying the ESN. What will be our fate today? What will be our fate? Who is going to protect it? Is it Soludo who is busy destroying Biafra people? Is it Soludo who has made it his priority to destroy the life of Biafran people? Is it Soludo who have not arrested any single Fulani man since he came to power? Soludo have not arrested any single Fulani man since he came to power. All his war has been against the Biafran people. And he will come to the media and tell you that the people who are causing the problem are Biafrans. After he has said it, then the criminal lawyer will now take it up and begin to narrate the same story. That we should stop killing people. Who is killing people in Biafra land? Is it the Biafra agitators? How does that concern the Biafra agitators? Your own duty is to defend our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and make sure he comes out. Whatever we are doing is what we have to do to secure our land and make sure that our voice is being heard. Because you are dealing with a criminal government. You are dealing with a lawless country. It is only extraordinary actions that can release Nnamdi Kanu. Our spokespersons have said it time and time again, and that is the obvious truth. You undeniable truth. It doesn't matter how long you continue to deny it. This is a truth that is staring you at your face. A truth that is staring at us. My brothers and sisters, every one of us have to wake up. Wake up, don't be distracted. And for those who are saying they don't know their left and right, if you don't know who is on the right side and who is in right, it means you yourself, you are evil. Your own evil is even more than the Department of Sabotage. If at this stage, you still don't know whom to follow, you are evil. You are evil. You are not hot and you're not cold. You are sitting on the fence. You are evil. You should be dealt with the first. At this stage we are, everybody should give a support. Give a support to the ESN. The fundraising of ESN is coming on Saturday. It's coming up on Saturday. You have to support. Anything you have, you can support the ESN with. Support them. Don't wait until the fundraising day. The site is there for you to make your payments. Your widow's minds can go a long way to save life. These are people who have devoted their own life. You are not paying them salary. All they are asking for is material for their job. All they are asking for is material to do the job. You are not paying them salary. How much can you pay a man for his life? These are volunteer soldiers, volunteer force, people who have volunteered themselves. Some of them don't have families. Some of them have wives and children, but they abandoned them. They stay in the bush to defend you and I. They put their life on the line for you and I to have a home and a country to call our own. All they are asking is support. Give them a support so they can get the tools. The tools they need to face the enemy. They cannot face the enemy with empty hand. We know the enemies that we are facing, they have sponsorship. The government of the zoo is sponsoring the enemy, giving them all manner of weapon and ammunition. You have seen some of them on video. You have seen the arms and ammunition they have acquired on video. You saw them. You saw so many armories they have acquired on video. So if we want to face them, we must have to get the same equal thing they are coming on with. With the grace of Chukwu coming, we overcome them and we take over. That is what is bound to happen. So you must have to play your own role by supporting ESN the best way you can. Don't listen to gossipers and blackmailers who doesn't have anything to offer. Don't listen to them. Don't get distracted. They are telling you, calm down, calm down. Mazen Natka is going to come out today. He's going to come out today. Calm down for what? Calm down for what? We are moving into Biafran. Why are you going to calm down? Calm down to listen to the evil or what? Warnings have come in that zoo. Warnings of what is happening today. Everything you are seeing today has been, people have been warned about it. And still we turn our ears closed. Every warning that have been given. That is why most of the time I play those warnings. I'm going to look for those warnings I play. I'm going to start playing those warnings from the one that Obuda Melafia gave. The one that made them to kill Obuda Melafia. Because of the revelation he made. Obuda Melafia, of blessed memory, may his soul rest in peace. He is not here today with us. You might be alive today. Tomorrow you are no more. But while you are alive, what are you doing? Obuda Melafia made that revelation that these people will fight a war in 2022. If they have a way, they fight a war. And they are preparing for that war. It's not only they will fight. You've seen so many videos, the way they are preparing, the way they are moving south. You see how they move in convoy. Nobody stops them. No military anywhere stops them. No military challenge them. They don't hide it. They make video and they send out. You see their video going viral. In the present world, in the technology we have in this world, you can do such thing and yet you are not being found. It's only that the government is a corporate. That is why you're not discovered. The source of that video, if it were to be a said country, the source of the video, the record is, you can find it. As long as you are using a mobile phone, you'll be dictated wherever you are. But they will not work. Only when they want to go after innocent people. When they want to go and kidnap Yahoo boys who are trying to earn their living because there is no means of survival. The poor people who are trying to survive themselves, that is when they will know how to use the system. The government officials who are the real Yahoo people, they will be stealing every now and again and nobody says anything. It's all right. Nobody fights them. I'm going to play those information to tell you we must have to defend ourselves, and the time is now. The countdown you see of Biafra, we can't stop it. As we are heading to Biafra, let them continue to prepare for their war, and we are prepared. A mere knowledge of knowing that the ESN is available will keep them afar, and we are going to Biafra. If you think it's all over, that was why in one of my videos I was asking you, have you ever sit down and ask all these Fulanis we are talking about before, Fulani that we have taken over the southern part of Nigeria? All of a sudden, you stop hearing about it. The media stop reporting about them. The media never spoke about it. They just keep quiet about them. And they all talking about the election. All of a sudden, they resumed the attack. They first of all started from Benue State. They took lives in Benue State. Next thing is Enugu State. And that is how they have renewed their massive attack. And remember the word of Obuda Melafia. Let's watch that message again.
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. How would the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They are already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They are everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
Did you hear it? Did you hear every single thing that this man is said in this very video? It's still happening. It's still happening. They are still moving logistic. We are still seeing video of helicopters dropping people in the forest. Before the Enugu attack, we saw that very revelation. Before the Enugu attack, somebody captured a helicopter that was dropping things in Enugu State, in a forest. Somebody captured it in a video and it went viral. So many of us here saw it in the video. So many of you saw the video where somebody captured a helicopter that was dropping something in the forest, in the midst of the forest. And the guy who was winning the video said that helicopter have come there 3 good times. And each time they come from different directions so that people don't notice. This is what Obuda Lafia revealed a long time ago about their moving logistics. They are still moving that logistics up to today with helicopter. And he said in 2022, they want to start a civil war. And you see somebody who calls himself a Biafran While his own brothers are preparing to preserve their land and secure their borders, he is busy attacking his brother. You see an Oduduwa people, while Oduduwa people are preparing to protect themselves, you are busy attacking them. Are you not mad? Are you not insane? Are you not mad? You must be insane. Anybody that is mentally sound is not supposed to be focusing on his brother today to fight against his brother. The real enemy that we know is the Fulani Janjaweed. They are the real enemy. And we didn't make them enemy. They made themselves enemy to the indigenous people. The Fulanis declare themselves enemy to the indigenous people, and they declare war on all of us. Don't think that because the Biafrans took up the challenge that they are the only one. It is not only the Biafrans. The Biafrans, only Chukwuka know why he put Biafrans in the position he kept them. And they are leading in the front. They are leading in the fight. And they will never relax. That is how they are created. Every other indigenous tribe have to wake up. You have to wake up. Every other, the Oduduwa people are already on board. Oduduwa people are protecting their land, doing a lot of things. They are preparing heavily. They are preparing. They are not just folding their hands. At least Oduduwa people, they still have their Amoteku there. And the Amoteku are going for that to equip themselves with arms. At least we have not seen Amoteku killing Oduduwa people. We have not seen Amoteku arresting Oduduwa people. We have not seen Amoteku killing their own people. Unlike we see in the southeast. Unlike we see in Biafran land, where they are so-called Ebube Busu. Ebube Busu, all they are after is killing Biafran people, destroying them. You've seen video many times where they shoot people randomly. Every governor, every politician have their own cult group that they are using in the name of Ebube, taking the life of innocent people. I saw a video where somebody was just complaining that every armed group you see, they cover their face. Even police, they tie their face. Everybody cover their face. You no longer know who is the police and who is not the police. You don't longer know who is the legitimate force and who is not the legitimate force. This is the situation in Biafra land. Our Oduduwa brothers are even lucky. They are lucky because at least they have the Amoteku. We have never had Amoteku fighting against Oduduwa people or killing Oduduwa people. We never had such. There is no record of such. We have not had a record where their governor was calling people, the government to go and kill them. There's no such record. But what do you see in Biafra land? What we see in Biafra land is our governors attacking, using their so-called Ebubaga that is filled with even Fulani people. That is why they kill without remorse. They kill people without remorse. Just a man being a suspect, you are gone. This is the war they have brought upon us, and some people are still thinking the war has started. Though it has started already. It has started already, and we are fighting them back. You might not see it now. That is why we are doing our countdown. When it is right for us to blow it out of, you will see it. You are going to see it. You will see it. 101 days to go. It is going to happen. Any indigenous person in that zoo is supposed to wake up. What you have to do is to begin to think back and ask your own region, how are we going to protect ourselves? That is supposed to be the topic. How are we going to protect? The Oduduwa people come together and begin to discuss the way they are doing today. Begin to prepare themselves. The Middle Beltans, begin to prepare yourself. Even the Hausas, begin to prepare yourself. Biafrans, begin to unite and prepare yourself. Because the war has started. And when the warning keep on coming, people take it for a joke. This warning have been coming. I just played that with Budaya Melafia, and I'm going to play another one for you. This one I'm going to play is a general in the army, one of the criminals who fought against us during the Biafran war. One of the criminals who is enjoying the zoo wealth. He's enjoying the wealth, but now he has seen it clearly that Fulani is about to take over. If General Danjuma, if the Danjuma can open up his mouth and begin to tell you that the government is in line with the agenda of the Fulanization to destroy, if someone like Danjuma, who enjoys all the benefits of the one Nigeria, who enjoys all the benefits, still open his mouth and begin to talk about insecurity and the takeover of Nigeria by these Fulanis, then you should know that it's not a joke. It's not something you must have to joke. It's not something you must overlook. It is something you have to think home and begin to think of how to defend yourself. And I want you to hear from Danjuma.
Taraba is a mini state. It's a mini Nigeria composed of various ethnic groups living together reasonably peacefully. But the peace in this state is under assault. There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state and of course in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it. We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. The ethnic cleansing must stop in Taraba State. It must stop in all the states of Nigeria. Otherwise, Somalia will be a child's play. I ask every one of you to be alert and defend your country, defend your territory, defend your state. You have nowhere else to go. You have nowhere else to go. God bless our country.
I hope you heard him. That man is a former chief of army staff in the zoo. And this is one of the men who is enjoying everything that that zoo can offer. He has all your wealth. But you see the way he's speaking, calling every single person in that zoological republic to stand up and defend themselves. He made it clear that if you are waiting for the military to defend you, that you will be crushed. He said, if you are waiting for the military to defend you, you'll be crushed. He said that every state, every region should stand up and defend their land. That man that was talking there is a general. In the zoo, he enjoyed every benefit in that zoo. He was one of those who fought against the Biafrans during the Civil War. That person you saw, that Danjuma you saw there. And everything that the zoo can offer, he's enjoying it. But when he saw the danger, somebody who had been a general in that country, that man has information that you and I cannot have. Once a general, always a general. He has information that you and I do not have. And some of you will say say that just recently, there's another video he made. I don't know if I can be able to get it. That's another video he made recently. The same statement is what he's making. That his statement have not changed. Defend yourself. Defend your territory. Defend your land. If you wait for the military to defend you, you are gone. The ethnic cleansing is an agenda that the Fulanis are pursuing, and they will stop at nothing to accomplish it. That is why you see what is happening in Benue State. They have resumed attack. You see Enugu State, they have resumed. Danjuma is saying, defend yourself. And instead of people defending themselves, they are busy gossiping. Instead of defending yourself, you are busy pushing propaganda. Instead of defending yourself, you are busy stopping people. As the Biafran, the autopiloted group, under the spokesmanship of Mazi Samanepa, as we are moving forward to secure our territory as Biafra land, as we are about to carve out our land, the Biafra, we have raised the flag. The spirit of Biafra is now rising. The spirit of Biafra is rising, and we are carving out our Biafra land to defend it and protect it. Instead of you to key in and support, you are bent on destroying it. You are making it something of a joke. You are making caricature of it. the land of Biafra will swallow you because you are playing with the life of people. The land of Biafra will so swallow you, it will swallow you and will never vomit you out. If you're one of those who is busy destroying the foundation that have been laid, it will swallow you. We can never stop. We can't stop. We will defend our life, defend our land by all means possible. It doesn't matter your propaganda. Your propaganda doesn't move us anymore. We have seen more than that. You are only wasting your own life. These few videos I played are things you have seen, but why we play certain videos is for bring your memory back, so that people who are watching, who are not Biafran, you are not a Biafran, you're not a Duduwa, you're a foreigner, you don't know what is happening, to tell you that we didn't just wake up one day and begin to talk about what we are talking. We are not just making trouble as they try to paint us, as Ifeanyi Ejiofor and his group try to paint us as troublemakers, as Ifeanyi Ejiofor and the governors in the southeast are trying to paint us that be the troublemakers. We are not troublemakers. Look at somebody, a general, telling every people to tell me what defense do the Biafran land have apart from ESN? Is it a bubag? A record of bubag? The Biafran people have protested several times to end the bubag completely. They have protested. Is it a bubag? The Southwest have the Amoteku. We have never had anybody protesting against Amoteku. We have never had such. We have never seen any place where Amoteku went and killed a person. No, it has never happened. And we never happened. But in our own case, they formed a criminal outfit to destroy their life of their own people. Even when they know there's a danger ahead. A danger ahead. You don't want to protect the people decided to bring their own protection and you are fighting against them. But you fight our battle for us. Why I play certain videos to remind us that we are not just being troublemakers. We are not just saying things because we want to say it. It is a reality. When you hear there is a war, it is a reality. A general has confirmed it. And I want to play another one.
The United Kingdom Parliamentary Group on Freedom of Religion and Beliefs are at the Banwick of this lodge at Sokoro to interact with the State Governor Samuel Otom.
Relationships for us are obviously Christian brothers in the Lord. We might be different people, but we're the same under the Lord, and that's really important to remember that as well. And we are very pleased and very proud of our relationship between the United Kingdom and Nigeria and how much we value that, Your Excellency, and we really do, and that's why we're here as a delegation as well, so we can promote those good things that bring us together, the cultural things that bring us together, the historical things that bring us together, the economic things that bring us together, the religious views that bring us together. But we as an APPG are here to learn more and to help you.
To interact with us so that you understand the issues on ground, because several people have intimidated us here in Nigeria and blackmailed us. And the information getting to you most times are not correct. So you find it difficult, but coming to interact with us remains a good thing. In Nigeria, we have a multi-ethnic and multi-religious country. We have more than 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria, each speaking different languages. And religion, it is also multi. We have several religions in this country, but the most pronounced ones are Christians and Muslims. And somehow the freedom of religions is guaranteed under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Clearly. And it's based on the diversity that we have, but because of non-adherence to the provisions of the Constitution, have brought a major challenge when it comes to religion. Extreme religious views, combative narratives, and lack of tolerance continue to create a major religious fault line. Almost all conflicts in the country have religious undertones and susceptible to religious manipulations. Suspicion exists amongst adherents of different religions, and trust is broken down. The inability of the Nigerian state to guarantee plural spaces for citizens to worship and to worship the God of their choice, or not worship at all under the protection of the state, has complicated national integration, national building, and development. I've always told people that, look, the issue of worshiping God is left to individuals. So people should be free to worship the God they want. In my state, for instance, I've not had any issue of conflict between the major religious group or anyone at all. I'm a Christian. The Muslims should do their worship. Atheists should believe in what they want. And Babalaos and all that should do what they want. But if the Christian and Muslims want, they can preach to each other and if you convert. That is your business. Because whether making heaven or not making heaven is individual business. And people should understand this. But the state seems complicit, and citizens, majority Christians, seem helpless when others undermine their fundamental human rights to freedom of religion. There are reasons to think that Nigerian state is complicit as follows. The current appointment of a known Taliban and Boko Haram supporters into key national offices is a big challenge to some of us. And the integration of repentant Boko Haram fighters into the official military is another major challenge. The failure to arrest and prosecute any of the infamous terrorist herdsmen is another challenge. The truth is that when you hear about these terrorist herdsmen who are Fulanis, they are coming with an agenda. But they use religion to shield themselves and try to deceive people. But their real agenda is to take over the country and make it their own. The Fulanis over 200 years ago realized that they were scattered all over the world and they needed to come together. Senegal, Cameroon, Mauritania, Libya, and all those areas. So they needed to come together to take over Nigeria as their country that they can call their own. Otherwise, there is nowhere where it is cited as a Fulani nation.
The group is concerned over the steady decline in security.
Did you hear that? That was the governor, chief secretary of the state, governor of Benue State, speaking to envoy from the UK. So even the UK themselves know very well the situation of Nigeria. They know the situation we're in. They know that it is the Fulani that they handed over power to that are trying to destroy, commit genocide, and wipe away the indigenous people. The governor of Benue State made it clear to them. He didn't miss word. That's why I love that man. He told them to their face that the problem you have in the Zoological Republic is the Fulanese. They want to take over the land by themselves, to themselves. These are people who don't have anywhere. They don't have any land. Fulani don't have any land in this planet Earth that is theirs. They are wanderers. These are children of Cain, wanderers, wandering from one place to the other. They don't have any place they don't have any land of their own. All they go is when they go into your land, if you allow them to come in, then they'll begin to think about conquering you. You saw the governor of Benue State narrating that story to foreign envoy from the UK, telling them exact situation of the country. And with all these informations available to them, they have not designated Nigeria a crisis zone. Up to today, they have not yet designated Nigeria a crisis zone. That is why everybody in that country must stand up and fight for their life. That is why you must listen to Danjuma, General Danjuma, what he was saying, even though he's an evil man. Let us take his word that every region should stand up and defend themselves. That is why General Danjuma said that word. Every region should stand up and defend themselves. If you wait for the military or the police to protect you, you will be consumed. You saw the Chief Secretary of the State saying it. How they employ the Fulanis. How they empower the Boko Haram. They recruit them and introduce them into the military, into the police. And when you hear about the recruitment of the Boko Haram into the military, it is not a joke. I have a video to prove that. Watch. It is not a joke. What you are watching now is Boko Haram. Members of Boko Haram that they want to induct into the military. This is what you're watching. And you see the idiots that want to be your vice president in APC. What is Shetima standing there? The man you are still standing there is Shetima. So when you are hearing they are inducting Boko Haram into the military, it is not a joke. What you are watching is, look at their faces. Look at their faces. Members of Boko Haram inducted into the military. This is why we must get out of this thing by all means possible. Just watch. What you just watched are members of Boko Haram. Members of Boko Haram. This is just one of the videos I can be able to show you. Being reintroduced into the military. And the man you saw standing there is Borno State, former Borno State governor, Shetima, the one that want to be your vice president. That criminal. He's the one supervising the induction of members of Boko Haram into Nigerian military. You saw their faces. And today, look at the kind of havoc they are causing. Are these the people you're going to wait to come and protect you? Are these the people you can put your life in their hand to protect you? You must be sick. Every Biafran must rise up and begin to donate to ESN. Begin to protect the ESN. Give to ESN the best way you can. That is your only hope. You saw General Danjuma making the call that every zone should protect itself. The only defense we have in Biafra land is the ESN. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for us, for that wisdom and knowledge he had to start on time. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for having the wisdom to start on time. If we didn't have the ESM, what would be our fate today? As this war has started, what will be our fate? But Chukwu Okike Abiama, he will never leave his people without a leader. He will never leave his children without a guide. Even when they have taken away Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from us, he gave us our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa. He gave us the dragon, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And today you can see Mazi Simon Ekpa making waves, making progress in different angles and different corners. It doesn't matter the attack you bring. It doesn't matter your challenge. It doesn't matter your blackmail. He is waxing strong, undeterred, undistracted, moving forward, forward ever and backward never. And I bet you, in 101 days, we will get into Biafran land. We must get out of this zoo. I pity those of them who are still talking about election. You want to contest election in a country where they tell you that a member of Boko Haram, a terrorist, can become a president. Not even can become. Already you have a terrorist as a president in Asorok. And they are telling you that more terrorists will become a president. And watch it. You hear them say it.
An ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and comes back, turns his way away from his negativity. He stands to be a president of this country. He stands to aspire to any position in this country.
You didn't hear it? An ex-Boko Haram member can be your president. Now they have Boko Haram. They are telling that any Boko Haram member that repented can be your president. Hear it again.
An ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and comes back, turns his way away from his negativity. He stands to be a president of this country. He stands to aspire to any position in this country.
You heard it? This is what somebody is saying on national television. A soldier is saying on national television. And these are the people you want to protect you. These are the people you want to. Now you begin to see why Danjuma is saying that every man to himself. Protect yourself and defend your land the best way you can. At this stage we are. You don't have to sleep. No stone. We don't have to leave any stone unturned. Every stone that needs to be torn have to be torn for us to defend our land. Don't listen to any gossip. Don't listen to any blackmail. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying from any angle, from any corner. We must defend our land. The time that we're in is a terrible time. If you don't know the time that we're in, I'm going to play a video to remind you the time that we're in.
But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you. That they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. Chukwu Okike Abiama put me hearing, and that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. Some of you, they will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba Biasika and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. Not in you cannot. Not in 1 trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuokike Abiama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be nobody, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.
You heard from our spring members in Nnamdi Kanu. This is the situation that we are in. That time he spoke about is the time that we are in now. That time has come. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu saw it coming, and he began to prepare us on time. He did all the necessary things he has to do. I can tell you that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has done every single thing he needs to do for you and I. He did that. He prepared us, both mentally, physically, materially. He prepared us. He gave us the ESN. All we got to do today is to equip the ESN. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu prepared us spiritually. He gave us the 150 days prayer to prepare. And he told us after that prayer, we are good to go. We participated in that 150 days prayer. The ESN are there. All we have today is to follow the footsteps of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, build on those foundations that he has led, support the ESN the best way you can. Continue to support the ESN as we march into victory in 101 days. Support the ESN. Key in and support the ESN, and we are good to go. No man born of a woman can stand on our way. When Chukwu Okike Abiama is leading, nobody can stop you. Who can stop you? Let the person keep trying. Anybody who stands on the way of the Biafran people, it doesn't matter whom you are. It doesn't matter who sent you. It doesn't matter how connected you are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whatever you call yourself. If you stand on the way of the Biafrans, hear this.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand on the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We'll crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold the whole of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals. They are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You have to go everywhere.
Did you hear from the people we are following? These are the two strong voices that we are following. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and now Mazen Simon Ekpa, speaking on a loud tone, on the same voice for our freedom. All you have to do is to key in, play your own role. We are marching into Biafra land in 101 days. No man born of a woman can stop that. I appreciate everyone who have joined me on this broadcast from beginning to the end. Thank you so much for joining. May Chukwu Okike Abiama and protect. If you have not liked this video, please kindly click like. If you have not done so, go now and click like. Click like. And if you have not subscribed, please kindly subscribe to this very channel. That is all you can do. Share the video, subscribe, and click like. Very, very important. Every message is important these days. Every info. Don't be economical with any information. Don't be stingy with it. When you get an information, make sure your neighbor gets it. Make sure your neighbor gets it. When you get an alert, call your neighbor, reach them out, and let them know that we are on. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every single Biafran that is watching, wherever you are watching from. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every Biafran all over the world, mainly our Biafran brothers and sisters in Biafra land. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect you, secure you, and keep you safe. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our Oduduwa brothers who are sincerely and genuinely fighting for the freedom of their people. May Chukwu Okike Abiama grant them strength. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect Sunday Igboho, guide and protect Professor Kintoye. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our Umuada, guide and protect Madam Azuka, Honorable Azuka. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect her, secure her, give her more mental toughness and strength to continue to move on. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our media warriors, all our genuine autopiloted media warriors who are standing on the truth, preaching the gospel and listening to the time that we're in. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every single one of them. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our men on the ground, the volunteer force on the ground who are genuinely, who has given their life, devote their life for us. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect them, secure them, and build a wall of fire around them. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect all the volunteer force, the BNL, wherever they may be. Let Chukwu Okike Abiama protect them. The BNG, may Chukwu Okike Abiama protect them. Every other armed groups that have come in unity to defend Biafran land, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every one of them and equip them with strength. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our brother Master Simon Egba. Give him more mental toughness, more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to continue to pilot this ship until Master Nnamdi Kanu joins us very, very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against him shall prosper. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our supreme leader, Master Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he is. We commit him into the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiama. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to bear Master Nnamdi Kanu in his span. No arrow of the enemy will happen over him. No spiritual attack, physical attack, or poison in his body will have effect. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to send angels to guide him and bear him in their hands all the time. No weapon formed or fashioned against Master Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Master Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Master Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for joining me on this broadcast. I appreciate every one of you, and I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu God. Thank you so much.
Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme.
And I will announce to you today, we are now fighting them back. And we will continue to fight them back until we get to a point where the international community will listen to how they kill us and how we pick up arms to fight back.
We are live and we are direct. Zoo is panicking. Zoo is panicking. I tell you the truth. It doesn't. I don't care who you are. I don't care.
I will be. I have not just. I will. I have become your last bus stop. I said it from the beginning till now. I will be your end until Biafra come. I don't see you there.
And what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a resolution we have reached, and it is cast in stone.